have taught approximately 16 years at Elida in kindergarten. I would say the average child knows possibly 10 uppercase letters, 10 lowercase letters. They can count up to 10 or identify those numbers up to 10. We do have extremes though. We do have quite a few children who can identify numbers up to 20 and beyond, and they know all their letters, uppercase and lowercase. And then also we have the other extreme in that we have quite a number of children that come to us. They don't know their name. They cannot count. They are not even sure of what their name is. They perhaps they have been called a nickname at home. And so they really don't know their given name, their formal name, let alone their last name. We also have children who do not know what a letter is or a number is. And at that point, when we screen those children, we know that they need a lot of help, a lot of attention, and it breaks our heart knowing what the state is expecting us to teach right now. Procedures like walking in a straight line, lining up, keeping hands to yourself. Procedures that help us to be safe during a fire drill or any other emergency situation. Procedures on how to go to lunch and put in your PIN number. You need to know numbers in order to punch in a PIN number, and you start that the first day of school. Learning how to write your name on your paper. Maybe a long time ago, kindergarten teachers would have names on papers already, but we expect the children to be able to write their name on the first day of school. So children who are not prepared, they're going to take a lot of extra time, a lot of extra work. Many of the parents are able to help in that, but we have quite a few parents who are doing their very best to survive their life, perhaps working 2 to 3 jobs, and they're doing as best as they can, but they, for the most part, rely on the school to educate their children. So it brings us into the next thing on why we need all-day kindergarten. And we desperately need all-day kindergarten, and I could cry about this, in that if your child would come to kindergarten and they would know all uppercase and lowercase letters, they would know some sounds they have been read to since birth, they have been introduced to numbers, they can tell you where different stores are because they recognize that environmental print, they'll be good to go. They're ready to learn, they're ready to be at school. But for quite a number of children that we have at our school these days, with the parents working or not working or trying their best but not being able to, have gone over pre-readiness things with their children to help them prepare for school, they are at a distinct disadvantage in that with all-day, everyday kindergarten, we can have small groups, we can have centers, we can differentiate, we can individualize with the different abilities. When we have children that come to school reading, we can have them read Junie B. Jones books, we can have them work on the computers and work on things that will further educate them so they don't have to wait for everybody to catch up. But for those children that come to us that don't know their name, that don't know any numbers or letters, they need a lot of extra one-on-one time. At this present time, we don't have intervention specialists that work with kindergarten students, so it comes back to the kindergarten teachers and any volunteers that come in and work with children of all abilities. It's amazing what the children learn in all-day, everyday kindergarten. For instance, I have a child this year. She's so precious. Her parents were not able to afford preschool. The parents have worked very hard with this year. She came, she didn't know any letters. She didn't know any numbers. But at this point in the year, she is starting to read short vowel words and gain confidence in that. She knows her numbers up to 20. She is learning how to add and subtract. But she has worked so very, very hard. Her parents have worked so very, very hard. And the thing I think that we worry the most about is that once kindergarten's over, here comes summer. And I just pray that she will not lose all that she has worked so hard to learn this year. It depends on the year, but there have been years that between 50 and 60% of our students have not been in any quality preschool, let alone Head Start. And so for reasons we are not fully aware of, that they're not prepared to be here. For many people, they don't know that the state has requirements for preschools. And in our area, there is only one preschool, the county preschool, that in which one of the preschool classes is Adelaide High School. They need to be under the preschool state guidelines. We have some other very good preschools in our area, and they are doing as best they can, and they are really doing a nice job. But again, we have almost up to 60% of our children who do not attend any preschool. I can't tell you how many children that do not go to a preschool or are not worked with parents at home before they come to start kindergarten that struggle all year long. That as a kindergarten teacher, the last thing I want any child to feel is that they are failing, that they are not intelligent. And I can't tell you how much we pour in, the love we pour into them to show them that yes, you can learn, we'll work with you, we'll help you no matter what. You will see, just keep trying to learn. But you can see it on their face. They're tired, they don't understand. And when it clicks, it's just such a beautiful thing when they learn these concepts. But when I think about being over at the high school that one year that we went back to half-day kindergarten, we worked so hard in a half-day setting, but with like 2-hour delays. The morning class was hurt. With cancellations, both classes were hurt. And the first grade teachers definitely noticed the difference the next year. They said, well, they're not as prepared. You know, you didn't get to this. You didn't get to all the writing. You didn't get to all the reading. You didn't get to all the math. They don't know anything about the scientific method and science. And, you know, Mrs. Cummings would tell them they worked their tails off to help these children come as far as they did. In a half-day program, you don't have any related arts recess. It's 2.5 hours of teaching, of learning, no breaks. And think about, as an adult, how long of attention span you have. And you're expecting kindergartners to be on for 2.5 hours. So what's nice about all day, every day is that there are breaks. Children do have recess. And there's time for them to, like in center's time, to practice what they learn. The practice part is a key. You can be taught something, but that doesn't mean you retain it. Research has shown that sometimes it takes up to 60 times of practicing a concept before you learn it. So with all day, every day, it helps to get some of the children on a more level playing field and to get that practice in and to go as far as they can to meet the rigors of our state curriculum. A lot of people don't understand that by 3rd grade there's a 3rd grade guarantee, and it says that all children will need to be able to read fluently, and perhaps a math component will be added to that. But without that extra practice at school, a lot more children will be failing by 3rd grade, will be held back. And it's not as if they haven't been trying. It's not that our volunteers and our staff haven't been trying. It's just reality. We need as much time with these children as we can with what is expected. Sorry. It would definitely hurt. It would hurt our whole community in the long run. It would hurt our school district. It would hurt, most importantly, the children and their families. They would not be able, the foundation, whether you get it in preschool, at home, or in kindergarten, is the most important part of your educational life. And by just having it go so quickly or not having the benefits of the extra time, the extra practice, the extra help, it would affect a child for life. And studies have shown that as they have tracked those half-day programs with the new standards, that those children are not able to progress as their peers in other school districts that have the all-day programs. You cannot compare half-day in our district with half-day at Bluffton or Kalida. You just cannot compare those three communities. Elida is a very strong community, it is a very supportive community, but we do have children that are not on the same playing field as other children in this district. It's such a diverse district. You think of Elida as possibly being suburban or rural, but actually I believe it is kind of stated as more of a urban district, because we also go into the Lima School District area, things like that.